Hi, this is Debbie Donovan from Londonderry, New Hampshire, here with Being Happy Stamping with Debbie. I hope you're having a great day, and it's a little gloomy here today. It was sunny earlier this morning, but the birds are certainly here chirping around. I've been painting a lot of birdhouses lately, trying to get my birdhouses done so I can get them out there and the birds can use them. Hi, Tom. It's nice to see you watching. And I wanted to let you know a few things about Stamping Up. Our retirement list came out. So if you haven't seen that, I will post the link to that later. Because our new catalog will be coming out, and tomorrow all of us demonstrators get a sneak peek. We've already seen the catalog, but tomorrow we get to order from it so that we can. Hi, Rachel. It's nice seeing you. And we get to see, we get to actually purchase some of the products so that we can make some samples to show you our new product catalog that will be available to you beginning on June 1st or probably June 3rd, I think. But the retirement list is out, and sadly the stamp set I'm using today is going to be going away. It is a really cute baby set. It's called Baby Pull Toys. And the card I'm making, I've been really into fancy fold cards lately. And the card that I'm making is called a Waterfall card. And there's a little tab here. And all you have to do is pull it and it flips. And then it has a message on the inside. And it says, for the little ones who tugs on our heartstrings. And then you just simply slide it up again and it folds back down. And it's a regular card. I did not put a sentiment on the inside. Yeah, it is adorable. I love it too. This is coming from, I've never done it before. This is my first try, and I got the idea from Lisa Curio, who is the #1 demonstrator in the United States. So that's pretty, I love watching her channel. We get to case the cards, which is called Copy and Share Everything. So I copied her card. she used a different stamp set in different colors, but this is where I got the idea, and it's so much fun. So it's just so much easy to play, to keep playing with. So I'm going to teach you how to do that today, and I'm going to do all the steps with you. So I'm going to turn you down now, and I won't be able to see who's on. So welcome to everybody comes on. And when I turn back up, I'll get to see the comments. So please comment, because that way I get to see that you've been on. So let's have some fun. The turning down is always the hard part. Slowly do it here. Check, see if it's still in frame. I tried to make it closer today so that you could see what I'm doing. Now this stamp set, I'll do the cutting first, but I'll get my first little stamp on the stamp set. The acrylic blocks. I need to clean mine. They're getting a little sticky, but I have the little giraffe. Giraffes are my favorite animal. So he's all ready to stamp. Oh, I forgot the ink. No problem. It's right behind me, so there's the ink. So, to start, you're going to need heavy white cardstock, regular cardstock, and designer series paper in your choice of patterns. And this is the cheat sheet I'm using from Lisa. She actually used this in lilac. And I do have the stamp set that she used, but I didn't want to completely copy hers. I printed it out because it has all the measurements on the bottom. So I'm going to take my cutter. And the first thing you need to do is you take the thick white cardstock. And I just had it here. Because I already had the piece, here's a full sheet of cardstock. I hope it fits in the camera. It's 8.5 by 11. And because I already made one card, what you do is you cut it in half down the middle at 5.5. So I already have a piece at 5.5. So all I need to do is score it at 4.25 inches. These are all inches. And that's the light, the Stampin' Up! Cutting and scoring blades. We have the dark color is the cutter, and the light color is the score blade. And it's a great tool to have. So I'll set that aside. And then the designer series paper is going to be, I'm going to cut my bigger side first, is 5.25. So 5.25. And then by 4. And these are scraps you can use on another project. Save all your pieces. And a good thing to do is what my director told me to do is, she's my upline's upline. So I call her my director, is to save your scraps in with the same set of pattern designer series paper. And then I had the strip already cut at 3/4 inches, so we only need to cut this part at 4 inches. Again, it was from making the first card, so it makes it a little bit easier. And it saves paper. I don't want to not have, have the scraps. And then we're going to take the printed color, which is Coastal Cabana is the color that I'm using. And we are going to cut, that's the piece I just cut. So Coastal Cabana, we are going to cut at 2 inches. Because we're going to cut it 2 inches by 2 inches. So we cut the strip at 2 inches. And then I'm going to move this because I have my little pile of stuff here. And then we're going to have 4 2-inch squares. So 1, of it so you can slide it over to the 2-inch mark. This cutter also has the imperial and the metric measurements on it, so it's easy to convert. Now, if you see a pattern in the metric system and you don't know how to do that, which I don't remember math for metric, even though I'm good at measurements from being a seamstress for so many years. They're imperial measurements that I know. 4. Save your scrap. I have a little basket I'm putting all my stuff in. So there's my 4 mounting squares. And then I need the heavy white to do the, let's see, for the waterfall strip, it needs to be 2 inches. By 9 inches. And you'll see how pretty easy this card actually is. I know that I've been a demonstrator for 5 years, so I think everything is easy, but it goes together pretty quickly. Okay, now we're going to score at 2 inches. Two and 3/4 inches. Three and 1/2 inches. And 4 1/4 inches. That makes your waterfall. We'll be folding these little pieces after I move the cutting, but that's what we're going to be gluing our pieces on. And then we're going to cut 1 1/4 inch pieces. It's the same one. One and actually, sorry, 3/4 inch. 1 3/4 inch squares that we're going to stamp on for the pictures. So that's why it's important to have, I don't need this arm out anymore, which is nice, it folds in. 1 3/4 inches. So 4 of those. You can use any set that you can fit on a 1 3/4 inch square. And it doesn't have to fit all the way like my giraffe. He doesn't fit all the way, but it's okay. I'll show you what I did to fix the little pulls. And I don't think anybody will really notice that his wheels aren't all the way there. And I'm a perfectionist, so if I don't care, I don't think anybody else will. Okay, so that's all the cutting you have to do. Oh, and you also need a piece of 6-inch ribbon. I changed the ribbon because this is a much softer ribbon. So let's do some stamping. I also need my cloth. Okay. I use Memento ink because I'm going to be coloring with the Stampin' Blends and also the marker. It's a little hard to get the placement without being, to try to stay on the camera is not perfect, but he's fine. And Caleb, if you're watching, hi Caleb. I know you were watching last week. He's a little buddy of mine, my friend's grandson. Do the lion. It's hard for me to see them because usually I can stand up and see them a little bit easier. And I make sure to wash my ink, so that's what the squeaky noise is you're hearing. To wash the ink right off the stamps immediately so they don't stain. And these are called a red rubber ink stamp, and they have a nice sticky front. Stampin' Up! Changed that about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. They changed the fronts. We used to have to put glue on to make them stick to our acrylic blocks, but now they're really great. Here's the elephant. Now there's only 3 animals. So on this last square, I decided to stamp the hearts at the bottom corner. And then I want to use that one again after. the stars at the top. So that gave me my fourth square. So I could stay all in one stamp set. And then I do want to put the saying on the stamp set. Make sure that it's going to go this way. So try to get that straight. Yep. And that's where I want to just add the hearts again for a little bit of color. Okay, I can put my ink away. We're ready to assemble the card now. It's exciting. It's the fun part. Get my little mat. Oh, first we're going to do the coloring, that's right. So these are stamping blends. They have color, they have a smaller end and a larger end, and it shows you by the line here in a picture, so you know which side you're opening. They're alcohol based, so they color really good. Make sure I'm in the trying to just give myself a check to see if I'm still in in view here so that you could see. Probably didn't see when I was stamping because I needed them closer to me. And then the other one is, this is called Flirty Flamingo, the color I'm using. We have quite a few Stampin' Blends, not all our colors, which I wish we did have all our colors, but someday we might. And I really like to use the, actually this one's getting, you might have pulled the wrong one. Yes, that's Mango. I want Daffodil Delight. So this is Daffodil Delight. I'm using for the stars, and the tip is getting bent, so I will need to use another, to order another one soon. So there's that one. My little giraffe, let me see, this is the light, so the light goes here, and I need the dark daffodil. I thought I had all my colors, but I didn't keep them all. I put them away, some of them away, I guess, before I finished now for my draft again. I used the daffodils so much that the tip has broken down, but there's still a lot of color left. But you can see the tip has a curve on it, and it's not supposed to. The lighter you press, the better. So this will be on my next order. Which will go out Saturday. I'll have my order ready for Saturday. I'm so excited for tomorrow to see what we're allowed to order from the new catalog. And then on the April 17th, we're having an on tour, it's called, at home, where we get to watch, we have a business meeting with Stampin' Up! To learn some new tips. So this one is Cinnamon Cider. It's one of our new in colors, which will become our not new in colors. The in colors stay around for 2 years. So we have a dark evergreen color coming out, a peachy color, a bright pink, not as bright as the magenta, a purple, a pinky purple, probably an orchid. I don't remember the names. I use this for his spots as well. And was that 5? There's always a set of 5. Oh, and then there's a bluish green color. That's between mint macaron and seaside spray, I think. That's what it looks like in the picture to me. But it's hard to tell. And the one thing I do want to do is change from the original card is I wanted to color the platforms in the Coastal Cabana, which is the color of the cardstock. I had colored it in the soft suede, but I'm going to change that to the wheels. Color the little circle of the wheels. And these are the markers again. They have the 2 sides, and they have a small line so you know, and a larger line so you know which side. And these you have to buy the entire set. They're not like the other ones. But you can re-ink these with our re-inkers that we use for, because they're water-based, like our ink. The thing with the stamping blends is they're alcohol based, but there's a light and a dark shade of each color, so you get to have a lot of nice shading, which I'll show you on my little elephant here. I'll just do his little eyes, and then I'll do a little bit around his ear. He's small, so there's not a lot of shading you can do on him, but so yeah, do the light or the dark first, but I like to do the dark. It depends on what I'm coloring, but then you just go over the dark and it just, you know, it gives you highlighted areas. And then we have a color lifter where you can actually get a third highlighted area. And also with the Stampin' Blends, as you're coloring, you won't see the lines, so you can just color back and forth. But if I use the marker, you do see the lines. You don't on the little platform because it's pretty straight, but if I was coloring the elephant's face with the marker, you wouldn't, you'd see marker lines where the blends, they color that in. They just fill it in. So I love doing the blend. See his head, it has a little shading. Looks really cute. So I need my brown, which is soft suede. I'm going to use a small end to do my wheels. And you can see I'm pretty slow at coloring, so this is what takes the longest in doing the card, is the coloring. But where I'm only doing the one card today, I thought it would be good to show you how I do it start to finish, because usually I have the supplies all cut ahead of time for you. Okay. So now we need to start putting it together. So I have my Stampin' Seal. There we go. And all you need to do is mount the squares. Has a the Stampin' Seal has a tendency to slide back. Yeah, it didn't come out on that. So all you have to do is roll your finger usually on it, or do it on the mat. It should. Oop, piece of my hair. Sorry about that. And you just measure it evenly all around. Here's one. Oh, that piece of hair got stuck to my finger. You can also use glue. After I'm done layering these, I'll be switching over to tear and tape, which is another adhesive that we have. I find it works really well for the it's one of our stronger. It's like glue, only it holds like glue, but it's tape, so it's an instant bond. And where I think people will play with the element, keep going back and forth. I know I was playing with it because I was so happy. It was my first Waterfall card that I've ever made, so I kept playing with it after I finished it. It's just something fun to do. You want a strong bond on these little guys. Okay, where's my... So I want to make sure that this is lined up exactly perfect. I want to burnish, sharpen the edges. You don't want a crooked waterfall. I love waterfalls. Here in New Hampshire, we have quite a few waterfalls. There's actually a waterfall book that you can get at the library called New Hampshire Waterfalls, and it'll bring you to all the different ones. There's some that are short hikes and some that are you can see from the road. Of course, there's the Flume, which is really big, and the White Mountains. Just changing the order here, going how I want to put them. Oops. That's going to be my second one. My third. And then the line. So, tear and tape. I'm going to take that. Get my little mat out here again. This is a silicone mat, which the glue does not stick to. You can see I can just roll off what I put from the stamping seal. Now I roll it off my fingers. Make sure I have it up tied right, the right side. Then you're going to bring it there, and you just use your fingernail. Again, you just put the tape on, bring it to the end. You can cut it as well as tearing it. It will gum up your scissors, so you'll have to use Glue Gun on them to clean them, because it's very sticky. phone call. I don't know if that'll mess up my filming. I've never had that before. So I hope that everybody is enjoying this video and leaving me comments so I know who's been here. Because like I said, while the camera is down, I can't see who's commenting and what the comments are. And I like to know who's been here visiting. I do answer all my comments after. Okay, now let me see how my lion I know is the last one, so I'll put him on a little thing to remove the covering off the tape. Make sure he goes on nice and straight. He goes right up against that last line. See, you can see he's right there. And I'm going to do the hearts and stars. Again, you want to make sure they're nice and straight. My elephant. Elephant's my second favorite animal. Well, birds are in there too at the top with giraffes, so I love bird watching. That's why I'm doing all my bird houses. I've been having a lot of fun painting. I think I have 3, 6, 7. I'm doing a lighthouse garden this year because lighthouses are a thing that I love to go to. We haven't been able to go because of COVID, obviously. We haven't been able to travel. But the year before we went to 5 lighthouses in Maine, and I was hoping to have a half birthday trip. My birthday's in January, so that's why it's a half birthday trip. My daughter's birthday's in August, and we always get to go away for her birthday, so we decided that me having a half birthday trip would be good. So on your card, you're going to want to, there's bump, and you're naturally going to want to fold it that way, but you want to fold it in because that makes the card a lot more secure. You're going to burnish that line. You take your little, decide which side you want, and of course I want the little dots. It's much more baby-like, I think. What This could be for first or second birthday. Probably even third birthday. My kids and grandchildren are way past those ages, so it's hard to remember when they liked the zoo animals and what age it's appropriate up to. Be good for a baby shower. Especially doing it in the Coastal Cabana. You know, it's a neutral gender card. Now this is the fancy tag topper. I'm going to take, it's a punch, and you just slide the bottom in. Right in here. And it goes up here. I only want the top. And that'll give you the pull. Put that in the trash. And you're just going to put the ribbon through. So they know to pull. Actually, you want to put it from the front to the back. Gives you a prettier little edge. I always forget which way it goes. So I do it, and that way you get a nice little loop in the front. And you pull on one and then pull on the other. Not real hard because you don't want to rip your paper. And then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut them on an angle so that they don't fray. Throw those pieces away. So we're almost there. There's our waterfall element. Now, one thing you need to do, where I hid my paper. 1 1/4 inches up. Okay, 1 1/4 inches. You're going to measure 1 1/4 inches up on the card. 1 1/4 inches is right here. And let me mark it. Right here. So, yeah. We're going to need our tear and tape again. And our little 3/4 by 4 inch piece. And I put 2 strips close to each other on this piece. On each end. Sorry, I was getting out of camera, I'm sure. And these I will cut. I just find it's easier because it's such a small area. There's my tape. And no, these are not my ribbon cutting scissors for all my craft friends. I have a separate pair of scissors that I use to cut ribbons. I have them put away right now. But so there you get all the little sticky pieces go on there and makes the scissors sticky. Now I'm all sticky. Throw these pieces away. And the reason we made that line, that we measured that line and made a pencil mark on both sides, was that's where this piece is going to go. So we're just taking off the cover of the tear and tape. We're almost done. Only a couple more steps. So you just line up the bottom of the and I just cover the pencil marks. And then you're going to open your card. You're going to slide it through. And you're going to go to the elephant, what's he called? I just want to see which part of it. Okay. All the way down to the bottom. You're going to make sure that you're centered. And you're going to take, well, I could put a couple strips anyways. Just put a little strip, a couple little strips. You don't want too much glue, but you want something to hold it down. Now make sure that you're centered. I want to make sure that I'm in the center, so I put the tear and tape on the bottom back of the last piece. Right here. And that is all you need to do. You can put a sentiment inside, which I didn't do because it was the waterfall element I was showing you. And then you just push it back up. And you just pull it down again. And you can keep playing with it. So I'm going to turn you back up. Let me see how I do that. I tightened it a little too tight. Hi, Sarah. Was Caleb watching? I said hi to Caleb. And I don't know if he's in his nap, but here's the card up close. And here we're doing it. And it just goes up again. And like I said, it opens up. It folds nice and flat. It's not, it'll mail perfectly, so it'll go in an envelope with only one stamp. That's all you need. Hi, Kaz. Hi, Carol. Nice seeing you. So here's the card again, and I'll show you how it just goes. It's called a waterfall card. And it's very easy to make. So I hope you enjoyed today watching how to make a waterfall card. Like I said, I'm very into making the harder cards. Hi, Denise. I hope you're feeling better. And hope to see you tomorrow. I'm into making harder cards. I like to do the cards like this waterfall card and the fancy folds. This is called a fancy fold because, you know, it has a moving element to it. And I can't stop playing with it. It's just so much fun. But again, the retired list is out, and sadly, this stamp set, Baby Pull Toys, is on the retired list. And so if you want anything that's in the catalog that you would have been thinking about, check out the retired list. I will put a link on my page. I hadn't done that yet. I've been busy painting my birdhouses, but I will get my link on the page. And then I'll do, if you'd like to order anything, just message me and I'll give you the link to my store. I can also put the link on my page for the store, from my store as well. Thank you for sharing, Denise. The more people share, the more I get new customers. So that always helps me, and I'll send you free cards if you share. So just let me know that you shared, leave a comment. And what else is there? Tomorrow, like I said, the new catalog is out for us demonstrators. And if you don't have a demonstrator yet and you live in the United States, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And all you have to do is message me if you're interested in making cards. I can make easier cards. You just send your requests in. I just think that it's more fun with the fancy folds. They're a lot of fun to do, a lot of fun for me. And I find them easy and like you've seen today, just step by step. All you got to do is thank you, Sarah, for sharing. And so I have 2 of these cards. So far, Denise and Sarah gets them. So anybody else that shares will get another card, or I'll have to make more of these cards. So I hope you have a good day, and I'll put the links up on my page. And in a day or two, I'll have the instructions as well up on our website, which is Be Like the Insect, Be Happy Cards and Crafts.com. Thank you. Bye.